Let's get on the good. Let's talk about the good now. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about those people we, fell deeply and hopelessly in love with, even for like 2 weeks. And
Oh,
you
you're
thought it was
gonna
a,
embarrass me like this on a social platforms.
I'm going to embarrass myself. Okay. I'm going to embarrass myself.
Okay,
You,
okay.
you got to start. You kick it off. You kick off we can even tit for tat.
What?
You want to say who?
Yeah, I have a couple. Are you ready? Look, listen, y'all. Everybody's gonna be so annoyed. They're gonna watch you editing every 2 seconds. I'm flipping my hair back and forth. I can't make a decision. Okay.
Okay,
I
you
can't
ain't
make
the stallion. You are not the stallion over here with that hair. All
listen, I'm
right.
that bitch. Okay. Um, so I have a couple. I guess when you said when it comes to scales, obviously they were temporary. Let's start with like my first love,
Okay.
right? So I thought my first love was a soulmate. I met my first love, ironically, as well when I was 11. So I met my best friend Emily the same year that actually, me and this person are friends now. I'm gonna just say his name. Fuck it, I don't care.
Uh-oh.
Um, but no, we're just not gonna name drop. Anyway, so I met my cousin Maddie that I was telling you about earlier. So I used to come and visit Oklahoma when I lived in Georgia every like summer, right? So when we came back for the summer, I would visit my family and then we would do like church camp. And then when I moved back permanently to Oklahoma when I was like 11, yeah, so it was at that time I literally religiously went to church camp every summer because my grandmother that I lived with, she worked there. She would do like the concession stand, and we'll go out with her church, whatever. So anyway, that's how I met my first soulmate, is because of my cousin, which I can't go too much into detail because this ties into why we didn't talk for a long time.
Okay.
So, but my cousin introduces me to who I think was my first soulmate as a little boy, and he became my best fucking friend, right? So she introduced us, and we're like inseparable. And it was weird because he and I were inseparable, but he and her were dating. So, like, she was really shy. He was really shy. I made him come out of his shell.
Now you're trying to take credit for the man's growth?
He'll tell you. Okay. So, anyway, it goes from every year we would literally wait like for each other to come to church camp, wait for that person. We'd be looking everywhere trying to find each other. So it eventually led from like church camp to we would talk to each other like every single day on the phone, and we were just inseparable. So eventually, as we got older, I was right before I turned 15. So I was 14. So at this time, we had been like inseparable best friends for 3 years. Anyway, we start to become like romantically interested. So I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. This is my soulmate. I met this person, like when I was younger, like we're best friends. Like we were meant to be together.
Yeah.
That's just what it was. And so, yeah, I genuinely, my dumb ass thought for a long time that because of that, so that was my first love soulmate. It was my childhood best friend. Thought it was more than what it was. It wasn't. That ended really, really bad. We actually didn't talk for years. We just recently, we started talking again like a couple of years ago, but I actually hung out with him a couple of times last year before I moved out here. Now I have like it's weird because I thought that was my soulmate, but seeing him again, I had no romantic, like creepy. So it really freaked me out. Like I was like, I let you touch me. Like, and I'm not even trying to say that to be like a dick, but like,
yeah.
it's really bad. Okay. So that was my first romantic soulmate that I thought was a legitimate soulmate. My second one was probably my most serious, first adult serious relationship. I had met him when I was a senior in high school, and he was like older or whatever. So, and we just had like an instant connection too. We really connected on a lot of things, music, ideologies. We had very similar interests. and things like that. So when we had met, it just was one of those things where it felt like we had literally known each other again in previous lives, because you just have such an instant connection. Even though you barely know this person, you feel like it's much deeper and that you've known them for a long time because you're so comfortable. So I definitely thought I got with him. He'll tell everybody that I was 18, but it was a couple of weeks before I turned 18. He'll say that because he was 24, but that's another story. So I thought so, and I think at that time too, being with somebody who is much older, it was a lot easier to be. I was very naive, very easily manipulated. So I thought he was my soulmate until that really ended badly. And then after that whole situation, that's just kind of where I was like, I don't know if I feel like it's a romantic kind of thing, because even when I met, yeah, because even when I met Tone, we instantly, it was one of those things too. I just immediately was so comfortable, and still to this day, like I literally have never met somebody that I can be that myself around. Like, he literally does not give a fuck. Like, I'm just completely 100% real with him. But it's just weird to think now. I just, like, soulmate. I'm like, not, no. Like, you're my soulmate, but not like, I don't think that I have like a soulmate.
It when you think of soulmate, it makes you think just like this knight in shining armor, just meant to be last. No, it's just someone who I can just be me around. Like, it has nothing to do with like what you're gonna do. It's just like, can I be comfortably myself?
Yes.
Just real about anything.
I guess when you put it that way, yes. So then, like, I would think that he was my soulmate, but I think it's just weird to say he's my soulmate and, oh, we were destined.
Yeah, when you put it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like meet and be together until the end of time. Yeah. Like, it was written in the stars. Like, that's where like I get weird with that. So when it's in the aspect of your soulmate, somebody who you can find a friend in, who you can be yourself around romantically, then yeah, like I feel like any relationship that you're in, then right, wouldn't that technically be your soulmate? Because that's somebody you feel comfortable. Well, not everybody feels comfortable in their relationships.
You know how many people don't feel. That's why I love studying relationships, and the more we get into it, I'm like, a modern man's gonna be focused on the man's side and their view on relationships. It's because so many. That's why I think the most mind-boggling thing, this is a mid shift, is how people can sleep next to someone, not even for like a day, a night. It can be years, and like have so much not just resentment, but just not being able to communicate their feelings and how they like feel about themselves, like their own insecurities, how they feel about the other person. And you sleep next to this person and have kids with this person. That and that literally, like, it blows my mind, because that is my, besides having a kid with like a person you met at like the nightclub, like that's my number one
baby making.
like that's number one thing I don't want to end up with, like a random person having to co-parent. Number two is just even still being like in just like a day-to-day marriage, like a business agreement, which I feel like, at least I'm generalizing, has to at least be 20% of marriages. Just that are just business agreements. That,
yeah, it's just I mean, essentially in retrospect, like, it is just a piece of paper, right? It really is what you make it. But yeah, there's a lot of people. I know some people, you know, who know some people who are in marriages who only stay with these people because it benefits them in some way or the other, whether that person's making so much money and you're getting so much a month, and it's like, I don't care what you do, like, as long as I'm taken care of. And then there's other situations where their benefits, you know, their medical, so on and so forth. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that some people, it's just a contract.
But even the kids, like, when people say like, I didn't leave him for the kids, I consider that a business agreement, because you're not staying in the marriage for yourself. You're not staying, because a marriage is about you and that person. Those are, I'm not talking about the superficial marriages. That's probably maybe 20% too. But I'm talking about like my parent, as soon as I was a senior and then they got divorced, the affair came out so obviously there was a lot of stuff under the water before then. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't just like snap.
Happen like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot that comes to the surface. So what are some of your love soulmates? I'm dying to hear that. That's all I have, like, as far as who I thought was genuine. We were, my young mindset, destined to be together. It was written in the stars, soulmates. But yeah, and so where I am now, it's just like I feel like I found a friend more than anything.
Yeah. And
he's good though. We good in that area. But
don't love that. Love that you found them. The 5 year. We'll do love that. Love. Everyone needs a healthy sex life. I don't want to shame nobody.
Yeah, no, don't slut shame me. You slut shaming me now. This is the second time in 24-hour period.
Shaming if you're having sex with your boyfriend. I'm just saying. I was gonna say love that, and I'm like, don't love that, but I'm like, yes, I do love that. Everyone needs a good sex life. Okay.
Absolutely.
But up until recently, like I can't fathom a 5-year relationship yet.
I've only known you there's only one relationship since I've known you, and we've known each other for 6 years.
Going on 6, yeah.
Yeah, going on 6, because I met you because our 5-year anniversary is in May, and I met you right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I've only ever known one person, and it was when we worked at Buffalo. I won't say who, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. That's the only relationship that I have ever seen you in.
Yeah. And it was because part of why that previous friendship I was talking about, the self-destructive, because I definitely wasn't ready for a relationship. I was not good. I was not in the place. And I would say up until recently, I never even had sex with someone who I had a genuine connection with. Like recently when this person came to visit, it was like, just because before it was just, yeah. And
so wait, so you like finally found a sexual connection, or like I misheard you? I'm sorry.
I connected the mental connection with the sexual connection. I finally had sex with someone who I connected with on more than just like a physical
level. Okay, I got you. We're on the same page. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where you were going with that too much, but
I got confused.
That was me stating that like I have no recollection of even real soulmates because I finally just had sex with someone I cared about.
Oh, okay.
And then going back, the first I thought soulmate, which was awful, was let's just say no, not that one. The first was a brother's I was completely in love with for probably a good 3 to 4 years. Don't make me out to be the bad guy. Yes, it was my brother's girlfriend.
Okay. I don't want to hear you out, but I'm gonna hear you out.
Thank you. You're being open. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to hear it and hear what in the fuck possessed you.
First, okay, yes, they dated in high school. They dated. I think like sophomore to their junior year. I'm a year younger. So then they were single their whole senior year. And she was dating another guy who was like younger than me and they're a grade higher than me. Not that we have to get in the whole grades. That's what I mean. I don't know why I'm setting the scene. I'm setting the scene here. No,
I like to set the scene, and it shouldn't be weird because everybody's in school and it's not weird. But as an adult, it's like, oh, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. But so she's dating this other guy and they're still hanging out friends. And then I'm just starting to, smoke the marijuana. And then
love it. Ganja.
Yeah, we all start smoking. That we become all like best friends because then like my brother gets me into smoking and they're just friends. She's literally dating this other dude.
Yeah.
They would buy weed and I would go smoke with them and we would drive around in her car around Houston smoking. And like we just hung out smoking every day. And then me and her became friends. Like they're just friends.
Okay. So it was just an innocent.
Yeah. Like yes, they did date. Yeah, but
did you ever, I guess my question is that it was friendly intentions when it started out, right? But were you ever attracted to her, like when your brother was with her?
Yeah, they broke up, and me and her were even closer friends. And then they were a year out of college, and I was doing my senior year. They were doing community college before. Then we
Okay.
did, because then I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. We
Yeah.
all then went to the same college, and like
Okay.
her parents got us a house to live in, like bought a house, yeah, that we were all staying in.
Let it the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah, they got back together maybe, yeah, the end of my senior year. So maybe a year and a half after they broke up.
Oh, so they got back together.
Yeah. But the thing is that me and her became good friends, and she's telling me even then she doesn't want to, but doesn't want to like say anything. Like she's okay, like hooking up every now and then with him.
With with him.
Like
Okay.
no, so yeah, because they just had history. So getting dick,
Yeah.
she didn't like homeboy.
You know each other's bodies.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That connection. Even
Yeah.
if it's old, it just I feel that. Okay.
Yeah. And then he's telling me, I remember in the parking lot in Houston in Katy, the Kohl's parking lot, he's like, he's thinking of asking this girl to get back with him. And I was just like, oh, as I'm developing feelings for her, as she's saying she doesn't want to. And like, what am I going to say?
Well, and that's what I was about to say. How do you even, once you get into that situation, how do you explain to your brother, like, oh, by the way, we built a friendship and like, I want to fuck your girl now, even though it's not your girl, but.
Yeah. And I can't help that we all hung out every day and everything. And then,
it was innocent.
Yeah, and you would even see like if I like these movies, she's liking these movies. She wants to go watch what I want to watch. She doesn't want to see what he wants to watch. Like we're connecting on everything. Like anything I want to do, she wants to do what I want to do, not what he wants to do. He does it because she does, which and so I felt like it was very innocent, and then we moved, and then it only got kind of worse. He might have found out later in life, but I don't know. We just never talked about it. But yeah, that was the first soulmate, and that ended kind of badly because her then next boyfriend pulled a gun on me. So
we'll talk about that one day because I'd love to dive into that. We can talk about crazy stories. I feel an episode coming on because But anyway, okay, so that was your first soulmate. We thought your first soulmate was your brother's girlfriend. Guys, don't yell at him until he at least explains the story because I'll make him go in depth another day when he's ready. But until then, can I say respect it? I don't know if I can.
You have my back. You're a therapist right there. You're patting me on the back, it make me feel good, and then you just slam me at the end.
Well, no, it's like a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You let people know what they're doing. Then it's like, well, you could not fuck up here. And then, you end with something positive. But that's okay. It's another day. We don't have to talk about that now. But I want to make you answer for the people. Okay, so that was your first soulmate.
Yeah. And then my only other romantic was, I thought at the time, which now looking back, not to minimize anyone, but it was nothing. But the mutual friend we had at where we worked and we met.
See, and that's what was always so crazy to me. I think that you can agree on this while we're talking about how maybe that's your soulmate. Sorry, my necklace was bugging me. I just love her. You guys were so cute together. So I always thought that it was more than what it was, but I think it was one of those things where maybe possibly the other party thought.
No, I mean, like I said, at the time it was, I guess, no, she was definitely a temporary soulmate.
Oh, okay, yeah,
or short term, even short term. You can do short term soulmate.
Because they were wonderful guys. Like if you saw them together, super cute. But okay, so you thought that this was possibly, was a temporary soulmate. Okay, so why so?
Just because, no, she was an amazing person, and at the time, like too good for me. But I wasn't ready to be the person I was in a relationship yet. Like take me now and put me in that situation. Yes. Who knows?
Yeah, but then
out of the relationship. Yeah. Hey, don't forget to follow me on social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever you want,